Hello. Today we see how we find number of zeros in any factorial, or if number of zeros are given, then it would come in which factorial. For the number of zeros, we are looking for just 10 raised to power something in assume k factorial. I am taking just 29 factorial. How many trailing 0? So we just divide 29 by 5. Looking for quotient is nothing but 5 times again 5 divided by 5 means successive division. We are looking for quotient. Total quotient would be 6, means 29 divided by 5 is 5, then again 5 divided by 5 successive division by the 5 in the quotients we get 6. Or in your classes 25 divided by 5 we are looking for 5, 29 divided by 25 looking for 1, means this is nothing but 29 divided by 25. There is a basic concept why we are checking the 5. In some other videos or in some thread we would discuss why. My main aim is we are just looking for 5 in k factorial. How many 5s? The power of 5 will give number of zeros at the end. We just want to say one thing. Take 24 factorial. How many zeros? If we go for the 24 factorial, the first 24 divided by 5 quotient would be 4. No further division, that means there should be 4 zeros at the end. If we check in the 25 factorial, just one above, how many zeros? 25 divided by 5, our first quotient is 5, again 5 divided by 5, next quotient is 1, so there should be total 6 zeros. In 24 factorial we have 4 zeros, in 25 factorial we have 6 zeros, means we skip or we left out with the number 5. If we are going for the number 5 or the 5 zeros in any factorial, we have no n such n, because 25 is multiple of 5 square, so we just move with 1 0. The first concept, if we have the next number is multiple of 25, we are adding 2. If the next number is the multiple of 125, then we add 3 in the just next number. Okay, so I am using the same concept by finding some range in the progressive manner. Take in 200 factorial, how many zeros? First divide by 5, we have 40, again 40 divided by 5 we have 8, again 8 divided by 5 we have 1. What I am writing? I am writing just quotients, and there are the 49 zeros at the end of 20 factorial. So if I check for the 201 factorial, our first quotient is 40 and the rest would be the same, so we left out with 49, and this 40 till go with 204 factorial. So 200 till 204 factorial we are 49 zeros at the end. But if we go for the 205, the quotient would be 41, that is again divided by 5 1, so we are nothing but 50 zeros at the end. So there is always a bundle of 5. From the 200 to 204 we have the same zeros, 205 to 209 we would have same values of number of zeros. Okay, so what I am going to repeat one more thing, we divide the first quotient, then the next quotient and the next quotient by 5 until unless we can. So my question is, if we have factorial we can find number of zeros, but if we have number of zeros, can we find the factorial? Okay, let's try how we do this. We know, we just checked in a 200 factorial we have 49 zeros at the end. Now question is, if we have 49 zeros at the end of a n factorial, then what is the value of n? So we have 49. How we get the 49? By dividing by the 5. So we can check If 49 divided by 5, what is the quotient? We are looking for a quotient is nothing but 9. So we have to, can we say, okay, this would be one quotient. I'm not saying this is the quotient, this would be one quotient. So this quotient should be again divided by 1, because we are dividing by the 5, so the quotient is 1. So total value would be 10, but we are looking for 49, so we are left out with 39 more. If we add, we are getting 49. But the problem with this, if 39 divided by 5, we are not getting 9 as a quotient. So if we need 9 as a quotient, but 9 is again greater than 5, so we again divided by 5, means we divided by 25 actually, or the successive by 5, so we left with the 10. We want 9 only, but we left with extra 1, means 10. I hope it is clear. I am repeating myself again. We are looking for 49 zeros at the end. So we want some multiple of 5 which is in the summation of 49. So for the 49, what we want as a quotient is 9. We want quotient should be 9. And but further we have the quotient of 9 is greater than 5. Next quotient would be 9, and that would be 10. But we are not looking for 10, we are looking for the 9. So we just subtract 1 from the 9. So our value would be 8. So our respective quotient is 8, and 8 is again greater than 5. So we again divide by 1. So total value should be nothing but what? 9. We get the total summation of these two required quotient is 9, because 49 divided by 5. And we are left out with how many? We are looking for 49, so we left out with the 40s. So our next quotient would be 40. And but we check, can 40 divided by 5 is the quotient 8? Yeah, 8. So this is our my quotient successive division. And the successive division quotient, if the quotient is 40, we get the number is nothing but 200 factorial would be my number. And 200 to 204 would be our range. I hope it is clear. So again I am going to solve if we have 81 zeros. How we do? For the 81 divided by 5, we are looking for the total quotient of 16. But for the 16, the problem is 16 is greater than 5, so again we have to divide by the 5. The next quotient would be 3. So that is the 3 extra we have to add if we are taking 16. But we do not want anything extra in 16. So if it is a 16, we have extra quotient 3. Just we have 9 and the 1, we subtracted and we get the value of 8. We subtract 16 from the 3, we get a value of 13. By subtracting this extra part, we get a value of 13, and again 13 is greater than 5, so divide by 2, we total get a value of 15. And we are looking for the 81, so we are left out with the 66 zeros. So this is the complete quotient series. 81 is my total value. But again I am saying we have to check, is 66 divided by 5 quotient is 13? I think yes. If there is no quotient is 13, or it is more than 13 or less than 13, we have to adjust value or check can we get a value or not. If we are not getting the values, means there would be no factorial which has 81 zeros or any zeros. So total is 66 into 5. We are 330 would be my base value till 334. This is our answer for 81. I hope it is clear. I am again solving one question and one exceptional. Now check with two values and use your concept. I am checking one for if we have 41 zeros, then how we find the range of factorial. If we have 41 zeros, divide by 5, our quotient would be 8. Then again 8 divided by 5, our quotient would be 1. So that is what we have, extra 1. So we subtract 8 by 1, we get a 7, and 7 again the quotient is 1. So we are getting how much? Total is of 8. We are looking for 41. So total would be how much? 33 is my 41. We get the 41, but we have to cross check. Is 33 divided by 5 quotient is 7? I think no, 33 divided by 5 quotient is 6. So we adjust this value. If we make 6, that is 1. We adjusted, we just decrease by 1, so we increase by 1, that is 34. So this is 41 with all conditions satisfied. 34 divided by 5 is 6, 6 divided by 5 is 1, and summation is 41. We are looking the same, and our range is 34 multiplied by 5. Range would be nothing but 170 to 174. Fine. Then please, one extra, that is the most important one. If we are looking for 91 zeros at the end, for the 91 our quotient is 18. 18 divided further is the quotient is 3, so gap is what? 18 and is 15. But again check, if the 15 divided by 5, it's a 3. Total is how much? 18, and 18 we are making 91 is nothing but 73. Okay, that is the summation is 91, but we have to cross check. 73 divided is how much? Is 14. So we have to down 14. If we down 14, we have to increase 1, that is 74. No problem. But if we down 14, this would be again comes to 2, because 15 divided by 5 is 2, and that becomes 90. Oops, we are not getting 91. So what should we do now? Can we say, if we gap of 1, if we increase, make it 74 to 75, then 14, then 2, the total is 91. But after cross checking, 75 divided by 5, quotient is not 14 but 15. So there will be some problem. We are not getting any values which is 91 with all conditions. So can we say there is no such n which will give 91 trailing 0? So this is the method I generally use to find the number or the range of factorial if we have trailing 0. There is another method by which we can find. We cross check with 41 for that method. If you find that method easier, adopt that one. If you find this method is better or easier, adopt this method. But the main funda behind this video is to learn concept of the trailing 0. Okay, our question is 41 zeros. So we are looking for the zeros, means multiple of 5, multiply by 5, we are getting how much? That is 205 would be 1 factorial. If we check with the 205, so that is the first is 41, then divided by 5 is 8, then divided by 5 is 1. We working extra on 8, we are looking for 41 but extra on 8, so we extra on 8 means what? We subtract 40 from this, that is 165. Then we cross check for the 165, that is sorry, 33 would be my first quotient. This is a different part. And the 33 divided by 6, 5, the 6 is quotient, then 1, that is we working on a 40. So can we say from the 165 to 169 we have 40 zeros. So we have to check for the 170. This is not a multiple of 25, so definitely that would be 41. But cross check, that is a 34, then 6, then 1. So that is a 41 zeros. In a 170 to 174. So this is the process by which we multiply by 5, that is 41, then the quotient is 8, we again decrease 40, means we are again decreasing. We are doing the same thing but with calculation, and calculation is nothing but a cross check. Okay, I hope this complete concept is Now in your mind, if you have any doubt, you can ping me. Thank you.